Welcome. This is Elaine Starling, the Abundance Ambassador, and thanks for joining me for another great episode of the Abundance Journey. As usual, I bring you the best of the best. You're going to get to hear from Jessa Carter, and you're going to absolutely love this one. Get a load of her background. I was totally blown away by Jessa, and her experiences are just phenomenal. So we're going to learn a lot today. Jessa is known as the high achiever's secret weapon. She's an expert on the subconscious mind and human potential. She optimizes the mind for inevitable success and fulfillment in life and business. Now, after a 10-year career in neurosurgery, I mean, literally, this woman's like a brain scientist. She began a journey of healing and personal growth that uncovered her calling to be of service to others in a really profound way that superseded all the limitations that she faced from Western medicine. Jenna is a professional speaker, a quantum practitioner, a high-performance life coach, certified theta healer, and Jessica really takes you deep so that you can soar higher faster. She's got a new book coming out very soon called The Peaceful Millionaire. She's the founder of Divine Heart Dynasty. Jenna, welcome. Jessa, my niece is called Jenna, sorry. Jessa, you remind me of her. Welcome to the Abundance Journey.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I really enjoy hearing about other people's experiences because you get so much out of connecting with people who are so heart-centered, and just given your background and your passion for working with others, what got you going in what you're doing now with the life coaching and the book that you're writing? Why are you so passionate about doing this?
It was really my own journey. So I had a kind of early in my career in neurosurgery, my fiancé passed away. So I had a significant life event, and there wasn't anything that happened right away. It was really several years later, like about 6 years into my career in neurosurgery, after working 60 to 80 hours a week for 6 years, that I was certainly starting to feel burnt out and had really just started kind of searching and seeking for something more. And I had always had this little idea in my mind of wanting to be an entrepreneur. And so, but I didn't know what that looked like or what that would be at all originally. And so it was on that path of discovering what my calling was and the work that I was meant to do in the world that I realized that I had invested a lot of time and money in myself and personal growth, and I still wasn't quite where I wanted to be. And what I realized is that there was a significant disconnect in what my conscious mind thought and believed as compared to what my subconscious mind thought and believed, because I wasn't taking the action and I didn't know why I wasn't taking the action. I came to the realization that I was getting in my own way. So I knew I was getting stuck, getting in my own way, right?
That's kind of par for the course, right? We all do that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Right. So the question, the question became is, how do I get out of my own way? And I actually just watched something last night, and I just want to share this because it's such a powerful gem. And the tip is if you sit with a question long enough, the answer will find you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what happened. Was I was kind of sitting with that question, how do I get out of my own way? And that was when I received the guidance that I was meant to do deep work with people. And certainly at that time, I had no clue what that meant. And in order for me to help someone, I certainly have to do it first for myself. And so I was guided along that path of doing the deep work. That was really what made the difference and took the dreams, goals, and desires that I had in my head for years, and all of a sudden brought them into my life and into my reality within like a 6-month span of time.
Wow. Well, it's really fascinating to me how you took your neuroscience background and working in operating theaters, right? Weren't you?
In the operating room. Yeah, I was actually in the operating room. I used to drill holes in people's heads.
Oh my God. So you're working like, would that be in the mind or on the mind, and now you're working in the mind in a whole different way, right? No blood and guts required.
Well, that's right. So that's, I mean, so in the physical, right, in the world of neurosurgery, it's brain surgery. And I lightheartedly say that I now do mind surgery, no scalpels or anesthesia required.
There you go. I love that. I love that. Well, a lot of people are going to look at the abundance, the journey, and talking about abundance. And then here you are helping people with their mental outlook. How would you define abundance in your world?
Abundance to me means having plenty. Abundance for me is very similar to my definition of wealth, which is having plenty of love, plenty of health, and plenty of financial wealth to enjoy enhanced experiences with the people that I love and to have a greater capacity to contribute. And so that for me, the wealth and abundance kind of go hand in hand. And it's important to remember from, if you're familiar with abundance, then you probably are familiar with manifesting, right? And so it's important this is a very important distinguishing factor because, God, source, the universe, whatever your preference of your word of choice is that you call that, is very literal. So it's important that your definition of abundance include having an abundance of all good, of all of the good that life has to offer, and not just financial abundance.
That's really, really appropriate. Yes. Yeah, you get to have it all. And once you understand that everything is designed to be a blessing for you, and you can find the blessing in it, all of a sudden you realize, yeah, you are surrounded by abundance. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the common challenges that you see people are dealing with that are really setting them back and preventing them from, like you said, you were getting in your own way. What are you seeing that's showing up for people?
Yeah, I mean, that getting in the own way, getting stuck, so many people, kind of get it's the head, right? It's that internal dialogue there's this constant internal battle with that negative self-talk or that inner critic, versus that higher voice, so there's this constant internal struggle that's taking place. And what I've learned is that I would say that when you really do a lot of work on yourself, I would say that the voice doesn't completely go away, but I would say that it can almost virtually go away, because I used to experience so much of that, limiting thoughts or limiting beliefs. Like those are the biggest things that get people stuck and getting in their own way, right? Is the limiting thoughts and the limiting beliefs. And so it's really helping someone get past those. And I know that it's possible to get past those because I've experienced that. Like I have. So
I have to ask you, what's that one little tweak? What's that one little shift that we can make that helps us get past some of those limiting beliefs? Is there a little tip you can give us right now?
I can get, there's many.
A little tip,
Certainly there's many, right? But there's one that is super, super, super powerful. And that is to shift your perspective of obstacles. So most people think of obstacle, you think obstacle equals obstacle. And what happens is your subconscious mind, when you see an obstacle or a roadblock or a challenge, right? Mm-hmm. If you stay in that perception of it, what happens is your subconscious mind basically throws up a giant red stop sign and it acts accordingly, right? Obstacle equals obstacle. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stop. And the truth is, and the powerful tool and the shift here is to shift your perspective from obstacle equals obstacle to obstacle equals opportunity. Mm-hmm. And what happens is when you shift that perspective, now your subconscious mind is searching for the opportunity. So your subconscious mind says, okay, obstacle equals opportunity. Where is my opportunity? And basically your subconscious mind will kind of keep searching until it finds an answer. So with that perspective, you might not get the answer right away, right in that moment. But if you really stay in that question, like I said at the beginning, right? If you sit with the question long enough, the answer will find you. So where is my opportunity? And you will see it. And whereas otherwise you would have missed it.
That's so beautiful, because you're turning an obstacle into a scavenger hunt, right? all of a sudden you get to have fun and play with it instead of be all serious and it's got to be hard. No. My experience of the divine is effervescent joy. They love it when we get out of our own way and play and enjoy the situation, right? I loved one of the messages that I saw in The God Solution, which is a new book from Neil Donald Walsh. And he says, God creates for the pure joy of creating. That's the purpose. It's not because I'm going to have this thing at the end. It's because I get to have fun making it. And we get to be in that same space too. So I have to ask you another question. What's your favorite way to help your clients start to experience abundance, start to experience this transformation?
My favorite way?
Well, like you've got lots of different ways.
There are so many, but my favorite way is actually doing the subconscious work, because when you reprogram a belief and you create the feeling alignment for it, and you actually have them test, so they know they have a before and an after tangible, where they're testing, so they know they have proof, right? They have proof within themselves that the belief has shifted and that they have the feeling alignment. And so that power is what creates, really collapses time and gets you from where you want to go to where you want to be so much faster.
That's so cool. And this is one of the biggest challenges that I think people encounter. I call it the, are we there yet? Right? It's like, I wanted it yesterday. I've been doing this for 10 minutes. Can I have it now? Can I have the outcome now? And there are baby steps involved, right? It's not one and you're done. It's you have a process and you have to keep going. You were saying that you can start looking at obstacles as opportunities, but it takes a little bit of reminder. It takes a little bit of process. So what is a baby step that you encourage people to do that is proof that it's working and they're on the right path and they're making progress? What should we be paying attention to?
I think the biggest thing there is clarity. Is really having supreme clarity around the desired outcome. Mm-hmm. Because when you have clarity around where you're going, automatically, and you don't have to focus on it. You just have to get clear on it, right? So you don't have to spend all day thinking about that desired outcome. You just have to get clear on what that is, and then allow the space for the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how to show up. Because what trips many of my clients up, many people up, and tripped myself up for a long time was focusing on the how, right? A lot of people get stuck on the how. It's like, okay, well, I want to go here and my dreams, goals, and desires feel very far away. And what you want to do is bring that in the now. And there's multiple ways to start bringing that into the now. And one of the tips for that is a future gratitude. So when you have that clarity around that desired outcome, is already starting to be grateful for having that. Yes. And knowing that it is yours, and that if you do see that for yourself and you do desire that it is meant for you, and starting to already be grateful for it in your life.
That is really brilliant. That is really brilliant. Thank you so much for the guidance that you are showing me, Divine, on what it is I truly want. And thank you for reminding me that it's already present for me. And thank you for guiding me to exactly what I'm imagining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Staying in that place of gratitude, that is huge. Thank you. That was a big keeper. I'm gonna be talking about that.
The future gratitude, gratitude,
yes.
Being grateful for that desired outcome, being grateful, like now. you're so in the knowing, right? Being grateful now, you're so in the knowing that you will have that desired outcome will be your reality or something greater. You're so confident in that desired outcome or something better that you're just already living in gratitude of it. And what happens is from that place, you actually start to take action.
You do.
As though you already have that thing, or as though that thing is already done. You literally start to behave and act as that person who already has that thing. Because in fact, it is already yours.
It is. And you are guided to it. So being comfortable, being grateful for the idea, like you said, that clarity, you can be grateful for the clarity right now before whatever it is shows up. But be grateful for that clarity. Be grateful that you're guided. Be grateful that you'll be shown the perfect path for you to get where you want to go. Thank you for bringing that in, because that's a really, really important step. And it's a huge reminder. So yeah, I so appreciate that. Now, we were chatting just before we started our conversation here about a really cool free gift that you have for everybody. Could you share a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to share, actually. So the free gift that I have for you is a PDF, and it's a design your Peaceful Millionaire life. So design your Peaceful Millionaire life. My book that's coming out is called The Peaceful Millionaire. And so this free gift is starting to design your Peaceful Millionaire life.
That sounds awfully good to me. I'm going to download that for sure and follow the steps. I think that's really brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a really powerful tool.
Well, you've got a lot of great energy. And I know that you've embedded that into this tool, and everybody who uses it embeds their energy into the tool also. And of course, our energy is now connected. And so everybody watching and listening, their energy taps into that. So just imagine how incredibly powerful this tool will be for you when you download it and you start to design your Peaceful Millionaire life. I mean, how could it get any better than this? But it gets even better, because here at the Abundance Journey, we turn the table on our guests, because we know that when we give is when we get. So we would love to support you, Jessa. What's something that we could do that would really help you?
I would absolutely love if you could share the link for the PDF for that free gift, because it's such a beautiful, powerful tool to have. I mean, I can't let you in on all of the secrets, but I mean, there's actionable stuff in there that's really going to powerfully start to make that shift of bringing those dreams, goals, and desires for you into the now. And that's really what it's designed to do.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And Jessa, thank you so much for your time today, because this has really been a magical experience. I love your energy. I love what you're doing. And thank you for being such an amazing guiding light.
Thank you. It's a blessing to have been guided here to give it to others. So thank you.
All right. Well, please stay tuned, because we're going to be activating abundance in just a minute. Hey, you know what time it is? We just met with the amazing Jessa Carter, and we've got to activate abundance right now. Well, it's hot off the presses. Okay, so step one, you celebrate in advance. You celebrate that you got to meet Jessa. What an incredible woman. I love her energy. I love her aspect, how she thinks about things, how she approaches things. I just really enjoyed having that conversation with her. And I hope you enjoyed listening to it or watching it. So connect with that sensation of excitement that you are now connected with her energy and my energy, and it's just going to build from there. So step one, celebrate in advance. Step two, acknowledge something you learned or something that you heard again. Because sometimes we know something, but we're not necessarily practicing it on a regular basis. And I really, really loved what Jessa had to say when she was saying gratitude. Feel gratitude for the clarity that you have about what it is you want. It's not that you have it yet, but that you know you want it is enough. Knowing that you want it and feeling grateful that you've been guided to that space, grateful that you know you are guided and all the divine opportunities are coming your way. Everything's opening up for you. So you can acknowledge that experience. And then I appreciate, that's step three, I appreciate that she brought that up because, I know, but do I do it on a regular basis? Not so much. Like everybody else, I get busy, I get distracted, and it just kind of falls by the wayside. So I really appreciate getting a reminder like that gratitude for your awareness is really the first step. So appreciate that. Step four, we're going to activate abundance. I'm going to set a trigger for myself. So every single time I start thinking about what's next, what I want to experience in my life, I'm going to remember that gratitude, that I even have that thought, is the first step in manifestation. Gratitude for the thought is the first step in manifestation. I'm going to take that on and I'm going to embed that in everything I do throughout my day, because I can feel gratitude all the time. And I love one of the lines from Neil Donald Walsh's book, The God Solution. He talks about how gratitude is actually a decision. When you feel gratitude, you've already made the decision that this is my new reality and I'm welcoming it in. I will be divinely guided to that new reality. I don't have to have all the answers right now. It doesn't have to be present for me right now. And I can feel gratitude right now. Love that. So we just activated abundance because I picked a trigger on how I'm going to remember to use it. And the last step is we celebrate again. Woohoo! We have transformed. We just had this incredible experience. We pick our own transformations. Nobody can do that for you. You get to pick exactly how you want to transform and exactly how you want to experience abundance. You have that power. This is Elaine Starling. Thank you so much for joining me for this abundance journey. I'll see you next time. Watch my TED Talk, Abundance is a Choice. You can visit theabundancejourney.com to find the link and discover how you can receive a special gift. You are a blessing and you are blessed.